Hi, in this video I want us to take a look at some common errors that I expect you to be facing at this level, and I want to encourage you to know that it is perfectly okay for you to be seeing errors and your programs not working. I mean, I have been doing this for about 15 years, and trust me, every day I get such errors. So I'm intentionally going to make some errors or mistakes in one of the existing programs that we've written, and I will show you how Python will help you with useful error messages and also how you can go about understanding those error messages and fixing them. Okay, so we are going to use the integers.py file, and on line 4 I'm going to change age. The small letter a has been changed to capital letter A, and you can see that if you install the Python extension in Visual Studio Code, it will put some wiggly line underneath age. If you hover your mouse over it, it's going to tell you that age is not defined. Then you'll be like, what? I have defined age on line 1. So what does Python mean by age is not defined? Well, if you ignore this and you go ahead to execute your program, you would see the error still persistent. So I'm going to run python 3 integers.py, and poof, we have an error message. Now let's see how helpful Python is. It tells us, first of all, trace back blah blah blah. Basically, the errors that you see in your terminal when your program is failing is called the stack trace, and we will understand that when we talk about functions. As part of the stack trace or the error message that is printed out, Python tells you the file where the error is originating from, and here it is telling us the error is coming from integers.py. Of course, that is the Python file that we run, and it goes ahead to tell you that the error is on line 4. So okay, let's come to line 4, and this is the point where you begin to appreciate the work that the Python extension you installed in Visual Studio Code does for you. So you can see that if I had respected what Visual Studio Code was telling me here and fixed it before even trying to run the program, I will not run into the issue that I'm running into, because the extension told me that age is not defined. So when you see something is not defined, what it means is that you are using a variable that you have not declared. Do you get a point? It's like you are asking Python to read from some portion of memory where you have not stored anything, and that is not allowed. And sometimes it will happen that you think, wait, but I have age defined up there, so why is age not defined? And the simple answer is variable names are case sensitive. By case sensitive, what I mean is the small letter a is different from the capital letter A. It applies to all the alphabets in the characters in the alphabet that you use to create your variable names. So age here is different from small letter a age here. I can fix it by either changing this to age, and you can see that now the wiggly line is gone and my program will run perfectly indeed. But this is conventionally wrong. In Python, we don't usually name variables with starting with capital letters. It is not wrong syntactically, but conventionally it is not good. Convention or conventions refers to a set of agreed on ways of doing things within the community of a particular programming language, and in Python we don't usually start variable names with capital letters. That is reserved for something known as classes, which we'll be talking about. So you want to change this to age, and you can see that the error comes again, and you come back here and change this to age, and you see that the error is gone. So if I come and I run my program, you can see that this time around it is running perfectly. Another problem that you might face is maybe you probably forgot to bring the equal sign, and Python doesn't know how to deal with it. So if I remove the equal sign, it says age is not defined, and statement must be separated by new lines or semicolon, blah blah blah. This can be confusing. Let's come here and let's try to run the program and see what the interpreter will tell you. It says syntax error, invalid syntax. So this means you are breaking the syntax rule of the Python programming language. You said age 99, and as far as Python is concerned, this doesn't make sense in any way. And so what you want to do is you want to bring your equal to, because you want to do an assignment. You are assigning the value 99 to the variable age. So if you remove the equal to, then Python doesn't know how to handle that. Another problem you might face is maybe you forgot the closing bracket when you call a function, and this is also not allowed. So the Visual Studio extension will kick in first, trying to help you, and it says expected this, so it is expecting a closing bracket. Well, let's be stubborn, let's ignore that and try to execute the program, and you can see that indeed we get a similar thing. It says syntax error, invalid syntax. So you can see that sometimes the Visual Studio Code extensions error messages are more helpful than what you get from the Python interpreter. So you want to use the two together to be able to spot where your issues are coming from, and then you can fix them. There are many more errors that await us as we learn more about Python, but at this age, these are the errors that I believe might be troubling you and might be preventing your code from running. So I felt I should do this video to show you how to read error messages, how to decipher them, and how to fix them. So thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.